So Mike, back in the either bad old days or good old days, depending on how you want to look at it, of analog processing hardware, if you wanted to make an upgrade, you had to actually get a new physical card or make some kind of physical change to a box. So much of what happens in a modern processor now is software driven. What does that do to your ability? Let's say that I buy an X3 right now. What can I expect to be able to do to upgrade it down the line, and how does that adapt to changing preferences in processing?
Well, as an X3 customer, you would obviously expect that the processor would be and remain at the cutting edge of technology for the lifespan of the product, and that's exactly what you get. A lot of our efforts that you see here in the lab and a lot of our efforts in other places of Wheatstone go into enhancing and improving the X3 based on customer feedback and based on experience in the field and based on features that our customers say they need. There is an expectation that updates are going to be available and that the box will be updated within a reasonable increment of time. And we do allow and have those updates, and we've kept them free to the customer. We find that as we find ways of improving the processing, we want to pass that on to you without you having to incur an additional cost to remain competitive with the hardware. But we not only do that with X3, we do that with our other processors. X1 is brand new, but we're already working on some things for that. AM, FM 55 and FM 25. We have some things that are going to be coming along for that, and all those updates are going to be free. We're not in a situation where we deal with third-party developers where updates have to be paid for. Everything's done in-house. We have the quality control, we have the reliability control over all of that. And the good part is that by doing that all in-house and by doing that with Wheatstone, the cost to you to upgrade is nothing.
So Mike, we've talked about loudness, we've talked about clarity, we've talked about density, and we've been talking about the different ways now that people experience media as we move past just the analog-only radio broadcast landscape. What are some of the ways that Wheatstone tries to make sure that its customers are ready with its products to handle all those different needs?
Well, we have the tool set in all of our audio processors, that could be it from the mic processors and the algorithms and the GUI interface that allows you to set it up quickly, to the R8 processor, which gives you capable 3-band audio processing on any of your sources in WheatNet, or you can use it as a standalone, to our IAGC and dynamics and density detection processing in the Auroras and in the FM 25, 55, and the AM processor. All of these devices allow you to basically create almost any kind of custom sound that you want to match any kind of format or any type of media, whether you're streaming, whether you're an HD2, whether you're a podcast, or whether you're a voiceover guy that's sitting in his home studio and wants a larger than life sound with an M1 mic processor. All these tools basically bring you towards the end goal of creating a sound that's appropriate for the medium and appropriate for your musical format. And the best part is that any kind of help with that can either be found in the manual, and we have documentation with it, or by reaching out to us here at Wheatstone. We love to talk about the processing. We like to find out about the specific specialty details about some projects that you're working on that needs specialized processing, or if you're in a market, being able to meet your expectations with a high-end processor, or if you're in a major market and can't afford a high-end processor to meet your expectations and kind of surprise you with the FM55 as a processor. It's like, wow, this is a lot for the price I paid for it. It's not just about selling you something and then you're on your own. It's about making sure that we sold you the right thing that does what you need it to do, and that you'll get updates and support not only during the lifespan of the product but even afterwards. We service pretty much everything we've ever made at Wheatstone, and what we do here is very special because we design it from start to finish, from a diagram on a napkin all the way to a finished product ready to go in a box. And that not only goes for our consoles, but the same goes for the audio processing. The same pride we take in how our consoles perform, the features that they have, how it looks, how rugged it is exactly what we do with our audio processing.